Islam, Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum, Osio, Hola, Aloha, Bonjour. This is your brother Zach Bey, Indigenous American Moor, coming to you live and in full effect. Thank you for joining my channel. Hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that thumbs up for the video, leave a comment. I really like to hear what you think. Let's jump into it. I recently watched They Clone Tyrone. I know it was pretty late. Very interesting movie. It really made me think about what's going on. It was a lot of messages in that movie. I don't even want to say it was subliminal messages because it was just straight messages coming right at you. There was some subliminals in there, of course, some things that might have been underneath the surface. You had to maybe read between the lines on a few things, but it was pretty much in your face, self-explanatory. You really can't miss it. Hopefully people don't think that it's like a work of fiction. um, that movie was kind of heavy, even though it was like comedic in a way, to make it less serious or to make it less threatening. But it was definitely a alarm warning. I want to start off by saying, kind of continuing on my last video about those like generational curses. That's what made me think about that film and to actually check it out. How to combat negative black image in the mainstream media in Hollywood, and how to dismantle the so-called white created, so-called black image worldwide, and how can we control our image as a community and as a nation of people. I asked for suggestions in the last video, and I would really, really love to hear for some of your suggestions on how we can solve this problem, like actively, like just baby steps or things people can do individually, but mostly as a community, as a group, as a unit, if we united and we did something together. Because I seen toward that movie, like at the end, you see how it was like, like a drug dealer, a pimp, and like a prostitute, right? It was like the lowest of the low, all band together and accomplished, what they were trying to do. There was a lot of different energies at work there, innovation, creativity, the warrior spirit. It was a lot of energies going on there. They had to represent that in a lot of different ways, and I really found that entertaining and enlightening, definitely. Like, wow, like what can we really do? Because I believe another message in that film was to show that, like, even the most lowly or the most disreputable people can bond and band together and accomplish something great. Even though that's the negative image and stereotype that they like to push on our people, even though it's not who we truly are. And it showed how they were putting like chemicals in the food, like drugs, to control our moods and things like that. They had the music, how the music was controlling people's actions. They had the code words that just made people completely freeze up. We've seen that happen to a few people, a few celebrities just freeze up and just completely like glitch out on like national television. You can't like look away. They just like froze, deer in the headlights type stuff. It was very, very weird, very, very I wasn't like, pardon me. You really can't explain it. Kind of like inexplicable, unless I guess you're using your third eye perception, that God-given discernment. A few ways I feel that we can solve this is by making and controlling our own media, like mass media, our own media outlets, news applications, newspapers, radio, a lot of that stuff, to put our information out there, to put the narrative we want out there, to combat the negative narratives and stereotypes. I also feel like we need our own like film academies. There's different teams and groups of people. If you notice, a few actors get together and like in the actors guilds, and they make films together. There's like a group of several actors always are making several films together. These people are always working together. We can do that as well. It's not just somebody like Tyler Perry who has a studio of his own, who can control and make their own scripts and their own films, and they just have everything that's completely under their control. I believe we can do that on a much larger scale in order to create like epic series and epic movies of our history, positively, of our future. I'm tired of seeing these futuristic films and movies, and it's like there's no melanated people in the future. Like, what kind of subliminal message are they putting out there that in the future there's only this certain type of people there, but you barely see any of our people around? Like, they're painting the future where we're not there. I'm really tired of seeing that. So we really need to combat those negative images and put that out there into the ethers, so it can hit our people on a subconscious level, and actually make it to the conscious mind in the forefront. Documentaries, I feel we can make our own documentaries to actually document either what's going on, like the genocidal activities that's going on here in America, the genocidal things that have happened in the past, because our people are constantly being targeted, now and in the future. I believe a few other films or series to look out for that actually have a good and deeper message, that's actually like somewhat positive, that is positive, and actually have like a deeper meaning that can like drive us forward to innovate and to show our people in a more positive light. I would say check out for a series called American Gods, season 1, the first one. It had a brother on there, the actor Orlando Brown, as Mr. Nancy, or Anansi, the spider god of wisdom. I really think that was a powerful one right there. The first season of American Gods. Check that out if you haven't. The Black Panther film, the first one. I think the first one was strong. The good brother, like Killmonger, was on there. The Golden Jaguar. He became the Black Panther. His story, his origin, and what he was trying to do. Really listen to what this brother was saying. Check out Lovecraft Country. If you haven't seen Lovecraft Country, I believe it was like one season, and then it was canceled, but it definitely showed how there's forces working against us, placed against us, not just on a physical plane, but metaphysical, spiritual, etherical aspect to it as well. If you haven't seen Spike Lee's Malcolm X, classic, you can't go wrong checking that one out. Check that out for sure. I just told you They Clone Tyrone. That was a new one that I didn't get a chance to check out, but I definitely seen it just now. Atlanta, the series Atlanta by the good brother Donald Glover. Yeah, that is a great show. I really recommend that series. It has a lot of subliminals in there, messages in there, even like, a bunch of messages to the forefront. You really, some of the things you have to decode it, so it does have a lot of subliminals in there. But I definitely think it's a great series. I believe it's like maybe 4 seasons. Check it out, Atlanta. Um, The Harder They Fall. That was a film that came out. It had a lot of great actors in there. Showed us in a positive light. It was like a great action film. Had a lot of big names in there. A lot of history in there. Check that one out if you haven't seen it. Um, and one that I like, really underrated, but the good brother David Banner made a mini series. If you haven't checked it out, go find it. But there's a few short episodes. But yeah, the David Banner miniseries, the way he showed himself having an adversary throughout time, and the adversary is the man in the white mask. You know, so all throughout time, the greatest adversary is like the man in the white mask. So. You can break that down yourself. Check it out if you haven't seen it. But these are just a few of the solutions I thought of myself, that could help us increase our positive image out here in the world as a nation, nationally and internationally, to better our future, to put those positive energies out there, those positive narratives out there to pretty much propel our people in the positive direction, and not downward, not toward death, not toward destruction, but toward life, and toward betterment, and toward building. So definitely check out these shows and these films that I recommended. I would love to hear from you. Please like the video, leave a comment down below, because I really want to hear some suggestions, or maybe some other series or shows that you could point me to that might have some good messages in there. Once again, this is your brother Zach Bey, Indigenous American More. Peace.